Alright, so it's been a while since I've made a video, so I have a lot to show you people, I suppose. First thing I'm going to show you is a melon farm I made. Just, typical, easy, it's not hard, but uses the pistons, so you can auto harvest. I say auto harvest, but you still have to till the soil. But I mean, it's pretty easy. I have more than enough melons, so. And the reason I do the 2 rows like this is because it grows really fast that way. Because both has on each side has a chance to spawn melon there, so goes pretty fast. And then pumpkins, same thing. They grow a little bit slower, but that's just for kicks on that side. I don't really use pumpkins that much, but so melon farm, and this is just the town of Barrington, by the way. The town that I live in. Next is a chicken farm that Jimmy and I built. And what I like about this chicken farm is it has 2 layers, because the chickens push each other and when you have a whole lot in there and stuff. But there's dispensers in here, so you can put your eggs in there, flip the switch, and it shoots eggs in there and spawns more chickens, little baby chickens, to repopulate your chicken farm. So when they lay eggs, this one got out because that one's glitched in the glass, but the currents will bring the eggs down here and you can collect them. But we were having problems because when this was fully populated, it had like 30 or 40 chickens, and they would create so many eggs, and if nobody collected them, it would lag Barrington a little bit. So we made just a little, so it'll drop in the lava instead. So next, I still have my under the well base. It's not password locked anymore, but you can still sort of close it. And these water curtains, I like them. They're fun, little water curtains. What I want to show you is I've gotten really into the secretive sort of stuff, and like it doesn't matter on this server because you can lock your chest. So it's private, only can use it, but other servers may not have it. So you can't get into a chest if there's a solid block above it. So put a torch there and you can get in. And there's all your ores and stuff. So, or if you want it to be really secretive, people can just break these blocks, but if you want it to be really secretive, then there you go. There's a chest in there. It's a double chest, it's just turned sideways. Has my diamonds and stuff in there. So nobody will ever know about that unless, I guess some people use X-ray texture packs, but can't really help that. And I'll show you how to do the, that's what I'll do right now. I'll show you how to do that little trick. Say you have, this is your wall, and you want to be able to put a torch right there. So on this side you gotta have, you put a repeater facing like that, so the torch powers this block, which powers this repeater, and then take it to wherever you want to take it. So and it powers that. That's how that works. I really like it. And so I've built this. There's a secret passageway right there, which is set on a pulse gate and an RS Nor timer and stuff. so that it automatically closes and stuff. And that's really all that shows. So here's my big secret room with nothing. I haven't put anything over here, but I like it. And another one I've been messing with, say this is your room, and you can use the torch again. I haven't set it up, but right now it's just on a button. Use these fence gates, you can walk through them into your room or whatever. You can put it on a timer or whatever you need to do, but I like it. It's easy. It's a bit easier than that one over there. So next I will show you the expansion of Barrington. Jimmy and I have expanded this town a bit. A few other people too. Here is our club, Barrington Club, as you can tell. Jimmy and I built this, and Jimmy, he builds like all the like these details and stuff. I'm not very good at making things look pretty, so he's built all this up here. So now the actual club, where the dance floor is, that's like the VIP room up there, I suppose. And here, and then switch here for the disco ball. Jimmy made the disco ball up here. And then this one, my frame rate might drop, but yeah, the disco floor. This is just torches, and then repeaters is between each block. I used a random number generator on every repeater so that it's a pretty random set of lights and stuff. And then Jimmy added these note blocks. I think he said they look like speakers to him, so there's that. Here's the club, and then the club. And then I made a display on this server. There's a this is a light block, and this is soul sand. If you power soul sand with redstone, it turns into light block, so that you can do things like this. And this is just uses my from my earlier vid, the piston display. I really don't like big redstone projects on I guess this is more of a vanilla server. There's no give commands, and I can't fly, so it's a lot of redstone to gather and a lot of work climbing up all there and stuff since I can't fly around. But this display spells out Pangeacraft because that's the name of the server. And you can see made like a little Eye of Sauron tower kind of. I know it's not like the original. It's just a little tribute, I suppose. Just messing around. P A N. Yeah, you can do switch or the button. And I know this pulse gate's kind of outdated, but and then over here, this is Jimmy built like a it's like an elevator, I think, from a YouTube video, I think. Cinema that Jimmy's building, and the Barrington Fleet. It's a big ship. Still working on the sail and stuff. Ships over there. Jimmy builds that. Alright, next is I'll show you. I've made some EXP farms. Just using this one that's a cave spider spawner, and which is really tricky to make. Actually, I found a good tutorial on YouTube, which I could put a link in if y'all want. And there's another cave spider spawner. pretty close together, so I thought I'd link them. And the tutorial I found tells you all about how to link it and stuff like that. Hooked up a light switch in there so that using pistons, see they spawn. Just turn it back off. They spawn on both. You can kind of sit right here and watch them all come to you. Gather up here. Cave spawners are really tricky. They're so small, they climb, and they follow you through walls and all that. They poison you when you touch them. So you can come up here. This, and in multiplayer you can see the collisions is kind of messed up. But this one closes that bottom block down there so that no more spiders come up. This sets off a timer. It suffocates them so that you can just one-hit kill them. Don't have to waste your sword. And you can see right here the on this server there's a plugin where you get money for killing mobs. So you can, there's an economy system, but you can, you know, do this for the drops or the experience. And then I also made like this little hallway so you can throw a potion if you want, because they kind of arc up and stuff. You don't want to harm yourself with the potion. But I made a scaly spawner, which I don't like as much, but it's whatever. If that chunk will ever load. This is a scaly spawner, and they'll spawn, and what they do is they go down there, and then there's a water chute that takes them all the way up, and then takes them over and drops them down. There's a killing room over there. I don't know why that chunk's not loading over there, but I don't have a light switch on this room because I don't care as much. But you can see they'll start to, yeah, spawn pretty quickly. They go up, you can see them. And then when I drop them down back over here, it's like a 1 or 2 hit kill. You set that up so that you know you can't be pushed, because they'll gather here and they'll, you know, like the spiders, they'll jump out and like push you and stuff because of the collisions. But from this angle they can't really shoot me. See, he can't really shoot me, which is normally a problem with scaly spawners. See, he's pushing me. But you know, you can just one hit these and 1 or 2 hits. But I'm not getting shot at and stuff, so I can pick up the drops and experience. But another thing I want to show you is actually in single player. So it's I was gonna build this on the multiplayer server, but it's a lot of redstone and a lot of climbing when I can't fly and stuff. This is single player, so it's just a no block beat that I used. I don't know if y'all have heard of FV Disco. Pretty much a genius with redstone. He makes amazing maps and stuff. He made it an 8-track sequencer using this sort of DNA helicase design where it travels up and stuff. It's pretty neat. What I'm going to do is lower my, because with all this redstone running it gets kind of laggy. But this puts the repeat on, you know, I'll turn the repeat on, and this kick starts it, and then you turn that off to, that's how you know it's on. That's just like the kick, and you can choose instruments. Yeah, so pick and choose your instruments. Yeah, so there's that. Turn this off. So there's that little beat I made, and then the very last thing I'm gonna show you is these. They're called block swappers, and it's good for light switches and stuff. These are glowstone in this texture pack, so which I think that's pretty awesome. I just learned about these block swappers, so been making them like crazy for light switches and stuff. That's what I use for the light switch in that spawner room. Very fast, very efficient. I love it. And then I'll kind of show you how it works just a little bit. Like, this is what's happening. They go down, the pistons on the side switch it over, and then pushes it back up. And then you can also switch. This is when I was testing that spawner room to see if it would spawn, how many of these I needed and stuff. I only needed 2 rows, so 1 and then 2, and then they won't spawn anymore. But I think that's pretty neat. Also the switch. But another design I came up with, if I can, yeah. I don't really like this design as much, but some people might. With the rows like this. I don't like it because, like you saw, it goes 1, 2, 3 along instead of all at once. I mean, it's still fast, I suppose. Some people like it. It's a lot more limited, just, by the nature of the design. You can see it down here, the repeaters travel across. But, I guess I could make it, you can make it longer. I think maybe 1 more or something, and then you can make it like 15 or 30, as many along this way as you wanted. But, oh, I was going to show you this also. This is what I had before the light switch. Like, say this is your room. I know it's a skinny room, but it's just an example. Where it would switch this top block with a... Try to let you watch it. But that's really... requires a lot more wiring and stuff than these do. Because that's a little wiring for a lot more light, in here. It's not very quick, and there's not much wiring compared to this one. So, that's it for this time. Suppose if anybody wants a tutorial enough, I'll make one, I suppose. But, so let me know what you think. If you have any requests or anything, just let me know. Also, Pangeacraft. Join Pangeacraft. It's a good server, it's a good community, so I'll put a link for that in the description too. So, see you till next time.